One Naruto, the ink of my pen almost smeared by the speed of my signature. I had another mountain pile of paperwork to go, and it's already 8 o'clock at night. If I don't finish one more, I will be way behind schedule. As if I'm not already falling behind. The door of my office opened, but I ignored it. In came my advisor, reeking of cigarette smoke and most likely ready to lecture me on trying to finish. "How's Temari and your boy, Shikamaru?" I intercept him just as I felt his mouth open. Shikamaru shrugged. "The same as always. I have to head out though. You know how my wife is. She's not gentle and understanding like Hinata. She'd kill me if I'm late for dinner again." I tried not to smile with the utmost pride for the compliment on my wife. It wasn't a huge one, but everybody in the village adored her for her kind nature, even though she's from one of the most ferocious clans in all of Konoha. As I was about to say before you rudely interrupted me. Damn. Can't ever get anything past him. "Naruto, I think you need to go home." I shook my head. "No can do, bro. I still have so much work to do." My advisor crouched down, with his hands resting on my desk. His gesture for saying stop what I'm doing and pay attention to him for a second. I can't afford to so just this once. I let my eyes scan over the paper in front of me. "When was the last time you were home before midnight?" My eyes stopped skimming. I had to actually rake my brain to see if I could remember. The last time I actually made it home before midnight. I know it wasn't any time this week nor last week. I had to start reading over the applications for the Chunin exams coming up at the end of the month. This year, their amount of participants increased at an amazing rate. 3 times more than last year, which was absolutely shocking. "Naruto, you have a family." "Yeah, which is this village, believe it." I cut him off. "But what about the one in the building a couple blocks from here with the nice big garden?" A sudden pang hit my heart hard. He's not wrong. What about them? Shikamaru narrowed his eyes. "When was the last time you played with Himawari?" "I remembered before you took on this job, you made sure to spend at least 3 hours with her each day." The memory of my amazingly beautiful daughter mimicking a deep voice for her panda I got her when she was just a newborn flooded my vision. All the time she made me take over because I have a deeper voice and ended up just falling asleep in my arms after too much playing. Or how about the time you attempted to teach Boruto the shadow clone jutsu? I blinked again, and there I was, standing in the garden while my identical little copy tried to remember the exact jutsu to replicate himself just like me. I had crossed my arms and told him not to rush it. But he's a prodigy, just like his mother. After failing twice, he caught on quickly, and before I knew it, there are 3 of him standing in front of me ready to pounce. "Naruto, you are the Hokage, so yes, your responsibility is with this village, but how about your first responsibility?" He acts like I don't see it. He thinks I don't understand that I have been basically absent from my immediate family at home. Do I want to sit here all night, cooped up and signing paper after paper with only cups of instant ramen to feed my growling stomach? No. The responsibility you promised Hinata when you were at the altar ready to make her your wife. His words were an arrow that struck my heart dead center. I don't want to sit here all night, all alone in the dark with the only light source is a desk lamp. I want to be at home with my children. I want to laugh with them and teach them when they mess something up. Answer any curious questions my little princess has for me. Boruto might just ignore me when I'm talking, but I know his tiny ears are still picking up the words I say. Then there's Hinata, my sweet, beautiful, loving Hinata. I owe her the most for being so damn patient with me. From when we were barely 13 years old, she was already waiting for me. She used to always stay up waiting with some warmed-up dinner waiting on the dining table and her sleeping nearby. I hated seeing her like that, so I told her one night not to wait up anymore. She's busy during the day making sure the house is clean and helping Hanabi run the clan. The goddess didn't need to wait up for me. That was months ago. How is she? Shikamaru asked. Temari mentioned she hasn't seen her for weeks. She's been really busy. With the clan and everything. They're prepping the young ones for the next set of exams. Bullshit. In all honesty, I wouldn't know. When was the last time we even had a conversation? I have been crashing in my office at home because I didn't want to wake her up. Our house came with 2 bathrooms. Since the one I share with Hinata is in our bedroom, I avoid using it at any cost. She is a light sleeper. She'd wake up from even the slight less airflow change in the room. I've been using the kids' shower to rinse off and then just go into the couch in my office and pass out. In the morning, I'm the first one out of the house and I'm back here either finishing up more useless work or preparing for the next meeting. Holy shit. I looked at the family picture on my desk, one right before I became Hokage, and we were having a family day at the park. Himawari was on my shoulders with Boruto smiling brightly, throwing up the peace sign on both hands at the camera. Hinata was standing so close to me, I even remembered smelling the shampoo she had on. It smelled like strawberries, something different from what she usually uses. I even recall questioning her afterwards about it. Naruto, I snapped back to the present time immediately, shaking my head to clear it. I'll go home right after I finish a third of this stack, okay? Shikamaru stood back up, stuffing his hands in his pockets. I think you should just go home now. Stop repeating yourself. I shot him a glare. I need to finish my work here before I can. Believe it. He stayed where he was for a couple seconds longer, his face completely scrunched up in an emotion I couldn't read. Shikamaru doesn't bother hiding how he feels. He thinks it's too troublesome to be mysterious, so all his emotions are out there for everybody to see. Seeing him like this right now, there's something wrong. What is it? I posed the question. My advisor looked at me for a bit. His small charcoal eyes danced with something completely unreadable. Shikamaru. I dropped the piece of paper I was reading. What is it? Tell me now. He released a sigh. Not his usual, this is troublesome sigh. This one said he gives up. Yesterday on my day off, Temari and I were walking through the village when we came across Hinata. He trailed off. Hinata what? I raised an eyebrow. Shikamaru casted his gaze downwards. We came across her, laughing and talking to a different man. The room suddenly stopped. The heart in my chest churned into a painful knot like someone just reached in there and grabbed it. Hinata. With another man. No, she's not that kind of person. You saw wrong, believe it. My voice cracked as I said it. Who was I trying to convince? Hinata, for years, has only loved me and was always there for me. It can't be true. She is my everything from the moment I found out I was deeply in love with her when that bastard Tonari tried to take her away. I vowed then and there I would be the man worthy of her. I would never let her out of my sight, and I will do everything in my power to love her enough to make up for the years I was so blind to her feelings for me. When she was pregnant with Naruto, I never left her proximity. Even when he was born, I would send clones to run the shopping errands whenever we've needed something. Then Himawari came along, and I had started preparing for my Hokage ring. But that didn't mean I neglected my wife and our children. I'm pretty sure it's nothing. Shikamaru tried to dissolve my worries, but it was too late. When was the last time I even said I love her? I see her briefly, but never more than a couple minutes. Do I ever say, I love you in that time? Does Hinata think? I don't feel that way anymore. She never contacts me at work either because she didn't want me to divert my attention. She used to send me encouraging texts throughout the day when cell phones became a thing here. That eventually stopped, too, since all I can send back was thanks or just leave her on read. Hinata is the most beautiful woman Konoha has ever come to have. All the times when we used to appear in public as a couple, I don't miss the eyes of almost every single man we passed watching her with complete hunger. Who wouldn't? Her navy hair was absolutely beautiful, short and long. Even though she birthed 2 kids, her body was still in the best shape it ever was. Her curves came back almost immediately with the same strong stomach, sometimes even outlining the abs underneath. The only difference would be her hips were a little wider, but that doesn't make any difference other than making her even sexier than before. I always had this strong sense of jealousy when I catch these guys trying to undress my wife with their eyes. I know I can't rip those images out of their minds, but the moment I throw my arms around her waist, shoulder, or give her ass a little squeeze, they back away immediately. Hinata Hyuga is literally a goddess in disguise, breathtaking both on the inside and the outside. Any man would thank the stars for sending her their way. I was the one that could seriously thank Kami. She was all mines. Naruto, go home, Shikamaru. I warned. He didn't stay this time around, and I'm left alone in my own dark thoughts for the rest of the night. 2. Naruto. I didn't go home that night after all. Instead, I paced my office coming up with the worst scenarios of my Hinata going around the village with some other man. Seeing her smile the way she does. Whoever he is, he's probably flirting, doing whatever he can to take her away from me. Hinata has made a couple televised appearances alongside me most of the time, talking about the status of our family to all the fans who adored us. Even if he didn't know she's mine, someone he knows probably knows she's the Hokage's wife. And Hinata, no, this isn't her fault. Hinata wouldn't do anything like this. She wouldn't go seek out the attention of somebody else while her husband cooped himself up in his office all day and most of the night running this village. She's not that kind of person. She's not. I don't blame her if she became that way. I'm a horrible husband who doesn't even pay attention to her. I don't even remember the last time we talked more than just me asking where my cape was after laundry. Not only that, our anniversary was 3 days ago, and when I got home that night, I looked Hinata dead in the eye while she was standing there at the door, face plastered with disappointment when I told her I was tired and wanted to sleep. I should have known something was wrong. She didn't follow me like she would and help me get ready for bed. Instead, she just said good night and went up to our room. I even slept in the office that night because I had to run out to a meeting early the next day, the day of our anniversary. What the fuck is wrong with me? No wonder she's out in the streets, talking to some other guy. I really don't deserve her. You're still here. Shikamaru came in, utter shock in his voice. Did you even go home at all? I ignored him for a bit. I walked over to the window overlooking the village. Half of me was aware the sun had come back up, and it was somewhere around 8:30. Hinata should be awake by now and getting Boruto's lunch ready, so he can go to school. Himawari is still sleeping. I could feel her chakra still flowing at a steady pace. I closed my eyes, feeling the energies of my family, something I often did whenever I get a chance to. I wanted to make sure Boruto isn't goofing off somewhere instead of getting his education with Shino. There he goes. He's heading in the direction of the academy. Good. Himawari's chakra suddenly picks up as she wakes up as well to get the day started. You're not. Shikamaru stopped himself. Naruto, I didn't say anything. Himawari is getting ready for a day with her mother, it seems. They're heading to the Hyuga compound for the day. It was taking everything in my body not to just jump out of this window and jump my way over to where they were, but it seems like Hinata is staying with her family for the day. What? She's just dropping Himawari off? Where is she going? Towards the main market? She always takes Himawari out Grakui shopping, so why not today? Hey, my advisor suddenly snapped at me. I whipped around, never once losing my wife's chakra trail. My heart was in the pit of hell at the moment, and it's having a hard time accepting this shit. I need your help. I growled. Shikamaru immediately shook his head. No, I'm ordering you as your Hokage. I snapped, glaring at him with most likely bloodshot eyes. My advisor's eyes widened at my sudden tone. There's a different chakra source now right where Hinata is. I need you to tell me if this is the bastard you saw with Hinata the other day. Shikamaru hesitated a moment longer, but then he was at my side. As you wish, Lord Hokage. He closed his eyes, then reopened a couple seconds later, his face falling into a solemn look. That's him. This strange feeling took over my body. A part of me wanted to drop everything here, appear next to my wife, and beat the living shit out of him. How dare he even attempt to flirt with the wife of the Hokage? He just signed his own death certificate for it. The other part of me, Hinata, has she really fallen out of love with me? And the scariest thing about it would be the fact that I don't blame her if she did. All the times I promised and all the occasions I missed must be piling up. Does she think I don't love her anymore? Is that why I'm going home? I stated bluntly. Shikamaru blinked at me, but he didn't question my proclamation. He just stuffed his arms in his pockets and nodded. I'll get started on overlooking on the work then. Instead of taking the fast way home, I decided to take it easy and walk home. I left my cape in the office so I don't attract any more attention than I want. On a normal day, I would happily greet the people of my village, stopping from time to time to get some pictures taken or to sign some autographs. I might stop and talk story with any of my old comrades if I run into them. Not today. I kept my head low and my mind solely focused on getting home. Chances are Himawari is going to want to sleep over at the Hyuga compound for the night, and Boruto is not coming home from school for a couple hours. That gives Hinata and I plenty of time to talk things out. Her chakra signature was coming closer and closer to our home. With every inch she covered, the more my heart pinged with anxiety and what? Does she really not love me anymore? I got home first, able to give myself some time to think and get situated. Hinata slowed down at a couple other stores, probably grabbing a few last-minute shopping she needed to get done. I slid my scandals off. My nose cringed at the developing odor forming from not taking them off for hours. Slipping into my house slippers, I made my way upstairs and towards my bedroom to sneak a quick shower in, so I'm not reeking as well. This is going to be the first time I talk to my wife in weeks. I don't want her to think any more badly of me than she already does. I passed my daughter's room first. Her door was wide open for all to see, and I couldn't help but want to just sit in there for hours like I used to be able to. Just me and my little girl having a tea party without any care in the world. My feet led me towards another door, the room of my more hard-headed son. It was shut with a big sign saying knock first. Since when was he allowed to close his door? It was a house rule, Hinata, and I made to make sure they can hear us when we call for them. Or when I call for them. Hinata just goes up to their room and asks them in her mom voice to come help her with something. The master bedroom was at the end of the hallway. The door wasn't all the way shut, but for some reason, I had to stop before pushing it open. It felt heavier than I remembered. Our bed was neatly made as if nobody has slept in it for years. Hinata has never been a restless sleeper. I'm not surprised the sheets aren't even wrinkled. Right above our bed, my mouth fell into a deep frown when I saw the beautiful, oversized picture of my wife and I on our wedding day. We looked so happy, so in love, just staring deeply into each other's eyes like that. I remember taking that picture so vividly, too. We had to do a little photo shoot for the magazine covering our wedding. Hinata thought it'd be nice just to hire their professional photographer to go ahead and take our wedding photos as well. This is the one we love the most. The only one we didn't let them publish with the centerfold spread because it's just so raw. That love we shared together was something I never thought a loser like me deserved. Hinata was able to show me that. She showed me even someone like me could get something as special as that. As this. There has to be an explanation. There's no way she would do all of this. I refused to believe it. Pulling my phone out of my pocket, I shot her a quick text. Can you please come home? We need to talk. I headed towards my side of the closet, selecting a simple orange t-shirt with my clan's logo on it and a pair of black shorts. My phone vibrated once more as I stripped myself down and started the shower. I'll be home in 5. Checking once more to see she was actually make her way home, I quickly jumped into the shower and re-eased myself off of all the works what I accumulated through hours of being benched over at the office. I finished with just 2 minutes to spare. I was halfway down the stairs when the front door opened, revealing the most beautiful woman in the world. Her arms were covered with bags and bags of groceries. I sprung forward, attempting to take them into the kitchen for her. I got it, Naruto-kun. She couldn't even look me in the eye. Fuck. Hinata skillfully kicked off her scandals and slid her small feet into her house slippers. She headed towards the kitchen with me following right behind. I took a seat at the dining room table, watching her set down the bags and set to work immediately. Despite the situation I wanted to talk about, I couldn't help but keep my mouth shut for a minute longer and admired my wife. Even so close to her 30s, she looked like a fleeting beauty. In such a simple outfit, too. She wasn't wearing her usual lavender hoodie and shirt pink shorts. Instead, she was wearing a light purple V-neck that did her curves so much justice. Every time her legs moved, I saw the strong muscles flex with them, and damn the things they do to me. She had a few scars that decorated them, but that just makes all the more irresistible. When I first fell in love with her, she was just the bud of this beautiful flower ready to bloom. Now, she was just that. A dangerous full-blossomed flower spreading all her light for everyone to enjoy. What did you want to talk about? However, the firmness in her voice was filled with thorns. No longer the beautiful flower in spring. How do I even start this conversation? Hey, honey, you cheating on me, or I just wanted to see you. Left my mouth instead. Instead of seeing the usual warm look I get whenever I flirt, there was this weird, cold look passing her face, scaring me almost. Hinata is unfit for that kind of look. She didn't respond to my comment either. And ask you about that man. Her unique Byakugan eyes widened. Man, the one you see every day when you go down to the marketplace. I closed my eyes, resting my elbows on my legs. What are you even asking here? She's angry. I expected that. I cleared my throat, running my hand through my hair. I heard you were talking to a man. Hinata stood back. Her eyes just dulled over. She didn't show me how she feels it. I can't imagine what's going through it. Why does it matter? Hurt? Pain? Confusion? Name it all. She's talking to a man that's not her husband, and she asks why it doesn't matter. Hina, what do you want me to say? Hinata growled at me. I never even thought someone so gentle could sound like that. He's a street vendor. He knows me because I buy his fish every time I want to make seafood for dinner. Then why are you laughing with him? Why do you linger by his booth so long after buying fish? You were just so friendly, Dash. Because he actually acknowledges my existence. He remembers important dates that don't even involve him. My wife shook her head. Hell, how does some stranger remember our own wedding anniversary when my husband doesn't? Oh, I forgot. Our wedding day was a private event, but still the public knew about the date. Hinata was probably out and about that day when all these people came up to her, congratulating her on the anniversary, while I completely blanked on it. Tadashi. She held a breath. Was the first one to say something about it the day I went out. I failed. I failed as a husband to one of the greatest women in the world. Did you and him ever dash? Her beautiful face scrunched up in absolute fury. Why the hell would you ever think that of me? I dash. I what? Hinata shook her head. Whatever. Just leave me, Naruto-kun. I need some time alone. With that, my wife turned her back to me for the first time in our marriage and left me alone in the dining room fighting back tears that are threatening to fall. 3. Hinata. I can't believe Naruto. I can't believe he would think I would ever do such a thing to him. To anyone. 10 years ago, I agreed to love him unconditionally. To be honest, a part of me promised myself that from the first day of our academy days, I have been nothing but loyal, understanding, loving to the greatest man in the entire village. Even now, when he hurt me deeply, but implying I'd go out and do such a thing. Naruto, you fool. I wanted so much to sit down with him and talk this out. What the hell is going on between us? Does he still love me the way I love him? Or is that gone? Is that why he keeps burying himself in work day in and day out so he would avoid coming home? I thought everything I've done for him was more than enough. He's my everything. And when I got him, I committed everything in me to him. To supporting him in his dreams, to making love with him whenever he asks or when we both want. We haven't even done that in months. He hasn't even touched me in months. We barely exchange 2 sentences between each other. He always sleeps on the couch in his office and leaves before any of us wakes. What if he's seeing someone else? I wouldn't be surprised. Naruto is one hella of a man. His body is in amazing shape despite his age and the amount of ramen he can consume. Ever since my husband became Hokage, he hasn't been able to train physically as much as he used to, but his body is still amazing. Ugh. Of course, one of those younger fangirls could worm her way into his heart. There are so many younger, sexier girls out there. The Chunin generation right now has a few of them. I always hear gossip or fangirls squealing every time they make their way to the Hokage office. I always try to hide my jealousy, but it always ultimately fails. Naruto, what the hell am I doing? I haven't talked to him in ages, and he's downstairs right now wanting to talk. Yet I'm up here because he hurt my feelings thinking I would ever stray from our marriage. And I'm stupid for ever thinking he would too. Tonight is a good night to reconnect. Our kids are going to stay over at the Hyuga compound because Hanabi wants to teach them some cool new tricks, so it's just going to be me and him. Okay. I got up from where I sat on my side of our bed and made my way downstairs. My heart stopped when I saw Naruto sitting down, putting his shoes on sluggishly. Why, you're leaving? I croaked. He jumped a little before looking over his shoulder. It's obvious you don't want me here right now. I'll just go and save you the trouble of asking me to leave. I messed up. His voice was laced with looniness, sorrow, pain. The way his broad shoulders slouched and his eyes completely emotionless told me that, yeah, you messed up. Naruto was going to leave me. I'll come back when you've cooled down. Believe it. The Hokage stood up, not even able to look at me for a moment longer. My mouth wanted to form his name. My voice wanted to push it out. But nothing left my mouth. My throat was as dry as the sand around the hidden sand village from fear. Fear that my husband might not be coming back home if I let him go. His foot was already halfway out the door. I took a step until I reached the bottom of the stairs. He walked down the porch. I was in the doorway. Please. I watched the man I'm madly in love with slowly disappear down the front of our house, towards the front gate. Please don't. I wish Kurama came with a mind reader. Maybe that might be able to get Naruto to turn around and hear my pleas for him to stay with me. Please don't leave me all alone. Naruto pushes the gates open and walked onto the road, turning towards the Hokage office just a mile away. He glanced my way once more, his eyes swollen with a wanna mirrored. He doesn't want to leave me here alone. He wants to stay, but for some reason, he feels like he's being pushed away from me. It could be the disappointment I felt from the question he asked me, or maybe the sadness in my heart knowing the man I love doesn't trust me. Whatever it is, it's pushing my husband away from me. I have to find a way to stop it, otherwise our marriage might ultimately meet its demise. I don't want that. I want Naruto for the rest of my life. But does he trust me enough to want me for the rest of his life? 2. 4. Naruto/Hinata. I fucked up. I fucked up. I fucked up. I fucked up. Why did I even open my mouth and accuse Hinata of doing that? I know her with every cell in my body, and I know she would never do anything with anyone. I somehow ended up wandering into Ichiraku's, thinking a full stomach would help me out of my funk. But I almost forgot that Hinata had a portrait hanging by the door because she won that ramen eating contest once. Seeing her smile so amazingly made my heart drop again. Naruto. The daughter called for me. No Hinata today. It was like a kunai was thrown right at my heart. I bit my tongue trying to hold back myself from crying out for my wife. Just me today. I answered as casually as I can. I'll have a bowl and some sake with it, please. The daughter looked shocked. Please. She didn't say anything until finally she bowed. As you wish, Lord Hokage. Hinata. Loud knocking sounded at my door, jerking me awake from where I was dozing. I didn't even realize I fell asleep in the first place. The knocking came again. My Byakugan activated right away, but when I picked the chakra signatures, my heart picked up. I scuffled to the door. My feet aren't even in the slippers all the way as I basically ran up to the door. Swinging it open, I called to my husband. Naruto-kun. Yeah, that's Naruto, but who are you? I looked at the young girl. She doesn't look like she's much younger than us, maybe by 2 years at least. Her body was lean and her hair was a very blonde. It glittered in the moonlight. Her face was small. Her cheekbones were high. She was overall beautiful, and my heart hurt so much to see her with her arms around him. I wanted to cry right there, but I have to be strong. Sorry, Lady Hokage. She has a pretty thick accent. She's not from here. I was just eating in a booth next to him when I saw him get wasted. Then the owner asked me to take him home and gave me directions. Naruto hiccuped loudly, then groaned. I shot a glare at him before turning my attention back to the girl. Before the war, Niji taught me a little trick, to use my Byakugan to see if someone is lying. I didn't need to activate it because the subject was right in front of me. I can be sneaky. The way her heart is beating is at a normal rate. Just a little fast, but that can be from lugging around a man twice her size. Plus, Naruto reeked alcohol and ramen, so B really is just coming from Ichiraku, Lord Hokage. The Kanochi whispered to my husband. My blood started boiling at the sight. They look like old friends just talking away. The way she said his title makes me want to send her ass back to where she came from. Damn it. He groaned in response and she continued. Come on. You're home. I don't want to go home. Hina is mad at me. I wasn't. Now I kinda am. Your wife is right here and she doesn't look mad. Yeah, I kinda am, lady. Stop talking to my husband like that or else. Hinata. He stood up suddenly, pushing her out of his way when he saw me. He stumbled getting through the threshold and walked right up to me. It's not what it seems. Please believe me. What's your name? I asked, my voice stern as I peeped around my man. She saluted me. You're definitely not from here. My name is Himiko Kori. I am a warrior from the land hidden in the west. That's why. She's from way across the ocean. That's pretty cool. Naruto commented, earning a glare from me. His attention turned back to me immediately. Well, I'll be going then. It's an honor to meet you both. Himiko saluted us once more before running off and away from our house, even jumping the gate instead of opening it. Rude. The moment she was gone, Naruto turned back to me. His eyes weren't glasses over like before. The only indication he was ever drunk would be the scent of alcohol he reeked in. Am I in trouble? My husband dared to ask. I looked at him, a part of me telling myself to not give in. He's not giving me a pleading look, but I can tell he's doing everything he can to make me forgive him. Another part of me just want him to just be the same adorable Naruto Uzumaki I love and cherish. I know he's in there. This whole Hokage thing and just everything. It's becoming too much. I'm going to bed. I announced, turning and walking up the stairs. I didn't hear his footsteps following me. Glancing over my shoulder, I saw him look at his feet awkwardly, then towards the door of his office. Drawing in a breath, I let myself be weak just once more for him. Hey, are you coming? His crystal blue eyes widened in shock. This feeling passed through before it came to life. He skipped up the stairs with this attempt to kiss me. I put a finger to his lips right away. You're staying on your side of the bed. 5. Naruto. Be prepared for a shit ton of NaruHina feels to hit. Also, word of advice. Don't get into a writing zone on your phone as you're walking home from school. Yeah, to the guy that nearly hit me when I'm still on the sidewalk in front of a crossroad. You almost paid for my tuition, buddy. Anyways, we're nearing the end of this story, so enjoy. Hinata made me shower immediately before I could lay down in bed. She probably didn't want the sheets and the comforter drenched in an alcohol smell. She doesn't really like it, so it makes sense she doesn't want to sleep in it. When I finished, I can hear her soft breathing with her back facing my side. I slipped on some shorts, went no shirt, and crawled on my side. The moment my back hit the mattress, my eyes shut immediately. It's so nice being able to lay on a bed after so many days. The couch both at my home office and the Hokage office is absolutely nothing compared to this. Not only that, I really missed having Hinata sleeping only a couple inches away from me. Even if she's mad at me, her warmth is radiating so close by makes it all the more amazing and less lonely. Turning on my side, I faced my wife's small yet muscular back. She was wearing a lavender sleeping gown and her shoulders rose and fell so nicely. Our window was open, allowing the moonlight to waltz along the beautiful frosty skin along her arms and small yet strong shoulders. My mind wandered a bit. Back to the first time we shared a bed together as just a boyfriend and girlfriend couple. We didn't do anything because, well, we were on a mission together. I had fucked up the reservation and got 2 rooms, but they only had 1 bed each. Sakura and Ino were with us for the mission, so Hinata and I had to share a room. I closed my eyes once more, remembering the time sharing a bed was such a big deal. It's okay. I can sleep on the floor. Believe it. My body was so hot with embarrassment I could melt on the spot. Hinata was sitting on the bedside style, and she shook her head. What kind of girlfriend would I be if I let my boyfriend sleep on the floor? I didn't want to argue with her. Just a couple weeks ago, she was almost taken away from me forever. Because of all the shit that went down with Tonari, my feelings for this woman is something I know will kill me if she went away. It's not a child crush like the one I had for Sakura. This is love. Hinata is the love of my fucking life. She's also my first ever girlfriend, so I really don't know how to act. I mean, we've been on a couple dates, and by the looks of it, she feels just the same way as me. Nevertheless, I don't want to argue and have our relationship strained. It's so new and so amazing. I'm not ready to ruin it now, or ever. I glanced over at the navy hair goddess and damn, my heart still does this funny thing where it just completely accelerates at the rate of a substitute jutsu whenever I look at her. I walked over to her, putting both arms on either side of her body, so my bigger one was towering over her. Hinata's white pearls widened in surprise at my actions. I'm surprised at my sudden boldness. We've kissed a couple times since we got together, all of which were way too quick for my liking. Maybe tonight. No, Hinata Hyuga is a queen who needs to be worshipped. It's my job as her lover and the man beside her to make sure she receives that special treatment. I laid my forehead against her gently, my heart beating in my ears, but I need to show her. I want her to know. My eyes closed. Jay will be there for you, to love you, cherish you, and I will always be by your side to make everything you wish come true. Believe it. I felt Hinata leaning against me. Then something else made my eyes open in surprise. The love of my life grasped my cheek so carefully and so softly, it was like she was caressing something so breakable. I really was and still am breakable. I've never had someone look at me the way she does. Love me the way she does. Fuck. How can I love someone so fucking much that I really never want her out of my sight? I woke up suddenly, sitting up with a chest so heavy I couldn't breathe. What the hell was that? In Naruto-kun. The angelic voice next to me suddenly mumbled. What is going on? I heard the rustle of the blankets, picturing she was now on her back. Shikamaru was right. I made a promise to her. No matter what, I'd stay by her side. But what have I done? I can't believe I'm such a liar. What kind of man makes a promise to his woman and doesn't fulfill it? Glancing over my shoulder, I took in every single centimeter of just her, Hinata Uzumaki. She bathed in the moonlight so naturally it was blinding. Our white blanket came up right under her breast, blocking most of the view, but that didn't matter. She rubbed her eyes lazily, trying to rub off some of sleep so she could focus on me. My breath hitched, my heart hammering, and this warm feeling settled in my body. I know she doesn't want me to be anywhere in her personal bubble like she usually does, but I can't help it. I just can't. Leaning down slowly to not scare my wife, I inched closer to her face, my eyes never leaving hers. A light rosy color filled her cheeks, fueling the speed of my beating heart. Even after 10+ years of being together, she still blushes at the little things. Cammy, she's so adorable. Hinata's eyelids grew heavier the closer I got. Good. I can finally do something I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time. My lips took hers, gently like I would shatter her if I pushed any harder, but firm enough so she could feel what I feel for her. All over again. I didn't expect her to kiss me back. I knew I can't just be forgiven for all the stupid shit I did over the course of the past couple months to just disappear because I kissed her. I miss kissing her. Since when did we stop doing it every morning? How did I live so long without this drug? And how have I not overdosed in it yet? She tasted so sweet, despite the mini taste from our toothpaste. Even angry, she was lethal, or was angry. Hinata's lip suddenly responded, molding mine into hers, and this passion behind it. Just something about it. She still loves me. Hinata really still loves me. The kiss intensified tenfolds within a couple moments. My real hand came up, cupping her cheeks and bringing her cheeks. She feels like fire under my fingertips, and I need it. I need to feel all of her. I desperately wanted to devour her right then there. A part of me to just do it because she's still mine. But Hinata, her name rolled off my tongue and into her mouth. Her eyes flickered open as we separate just a tiny bit. She panted like I was. That kiss just so breathtaking I could collapse right now and never wake up and just be happy with it. Because I know Hinata still loves me. She loves me. Hinata finally murmured. I thought I told you to stay on your side of the bed? I pecked her again with a smirk. You know I don't follow instructions well. She rolled her eyes, but the shadow of smile was present. What was that for? I leaned down, kissing her forehead with my own. I closed my eyes, drowning myself in her scent. Hinata, the things you do to me is insane. I still can't believe she's all mine, and no matter how bad things get, she's still here for me. She will always be there for me. Someone so beautiful to love someone like me shouldn't have happened. But in this weird and twisted world, it did. I think I just fell in love with you all over again. I admitted, Naruto-kun, so what I've been doing isn't right. I'm going to fix this. I opened my eyes, meeting her gaze with all the love I have for her. I'm going to fix us. I promise, Naruto-kun. I cut her off again. But for now, I fell back down to my side and pulled her into my arms. My bigger body curled around hers in case she tries to get away from me. The struggle never came. Instead, Hinata snuggled up closer to my bare chest, filling in every little free space in between us with hers and mine. I'm holding you to it then. 6. Hinata. Naruto was out of the house early the next morning. I barely woke up when I felt him kissing my forehead, then he was gone. He said that he'll fix us. I honestly was just happy he was willing to do such a thing. All I know is he's really still in love with me, and that's more than enough. But I wanted to see what he had in mind. It is Valentine's Day after all. I wonder if he realizes it was. He's not really attentive, but there are times where he knows how to sweep me off my feet. I want to give him that chance to. And if it means him not being in the house for Valentine's Day, then that's okay. After I finished my morning routine, I wandered downstairs and into the kitchen. A note? Hima and Boruto are gonna stay with Hanabi and father one more night. It's just you and me, baby. Believe it. I'll be back as soon as I can. Naruto, this idiot. He probably went over to the compound this morning to do so. Honestly, I don't get why he doesn't just call. There are phones for a reason. What's the point of thinking too much about it? Naruto runs on his own mind and does things his way. Now I feel a little guilty for being mad in the first place. He's a busy man, and I knew that being married to the Hokage is probably one of the toughest challenges any spouse can face. I never had a doubt in my mind that Naruto is the one I want to be my husband and the father of our children. He fulfilled my wishes for me because he loves me, so I need to fulfill his wishes for the rest of the days to come. I can't be selfish, not with him. Okay. He did say he's coming home tonight, so time to make my signature ramen for him to enjoy. I grabbed my usual shopping bag and left the house in a hurried fashion. I can make ramen between an hour to 4. Usually the ramen I make in 4 hours is the best tasting one since everything is time to soak. Wait, Naruto? What's he doing? Here in the marketplace, glaring Tadashi-san down like that. Oh no, he's not here to pick a fight with him, is he? Is he that insecure about our marriage? About us? I didn't realize I crouched into one of the Annie's store until she tapped me on the shoulder with a toothless smile. First lady. Welcome back. I have fresh green onions in. I glanced over at my husband then back at the store owner. I'll take 3 bundles, please, Kimo-san. She gushed for a bit, then wandered off to get my groceries. Another presence appeared beside me. I didn't need to think twice before I realized who it was. I knew he'd come down here. I glanced at him. Why is he down here? Shikamaru-kun? Shikamaru rubbed the back of his head and sighed heavily. I don't know. I just get a call from him this morning saying he's trying to finish everything as fast as he can. By the time I made it into the office, he finished this week's and next week's work then said I had them off. He disappeared right after that. Neither men moved in front of me. I couldn't see Naruto's face, but I can see Tadashi. He just has a calm smile. Lord Hokage. Oh. He speaks. How can I help you today? Shikamaru and I ducked on cue, creeping closer to listen in on the conversation. I'm just waiting on my wife, Naruto said, as politely as he could. I rolled my eyes. So alpha male this guy. She should be here soon. It's already 11:37. She gets here at 11:43 usually and on the dot. 2. I do? I'll just wait here then if you don't mind. Naruto crosses his arms. Tadashi could only smile. Of course not. The two of them didn't say much afterwards. Tadashi just went about cleaning and readying his stand while my husband watched, probably not blinking, and with that cute pout he does. I was about to leave the two alone and remake my entry so they would stop being so tense with one another when Naruto spoke up. You like Hinata, don't you? What the actual hell? Tadashi didn't stop working. He just glanced up at the Hokage with the same smile he never lost. I don't know what you're talking about. Hinata is a Maki. Naruto pressed. You like her, right? What are you talking about, Naruto? I didn't think he wanted to fix things by going out and confronting the guy he thinks I'm having an affair with in front of his villagers. What would the villagers think if they were actually convinced I was with another man while my husband worked tirelessly for them? Stop it, Naruto. Stop it. Tadashi finally stopped working. She's a nice customer dash. Romantically. Naruto cut him off. Stop. I moved to stop the fire before it spreads, but Shikamaru grabbed my arm. Let's see how it plays out. He whispered, his eyes focused on his boss and the store clerk. I wanted to protest, but gave in. Shikamaru isn't a genius for no reason. He probably has some sort of plan if things don't turn out good. Just be honest with me. Naruto said, never once losing his cool. I want to hear what you think. Believe it. You want to hear what I think. Tadashi suddenly chuckled humorless. Naruto finally growled at him. What's so funny? A lot of things, Lord Hokage. The store clerk met my husband's eyes, a look of complete hatred passing through them. I've never seen Tadashi look so hardened like this before. He's usually so kind and gently spoken. Never has he lost this warm look whenever he talks to me or to anyone around him. But now, who am I looking at? With all due respect, Lord Hokage, may I speak at free will? Naruto nodded once. Tell me, I think you're an absolute fool. Tadashi basically spat out the entire sentence. My husband's broad shoulders rose and fell, but he didn't respond. Tadashi's green light to continue. Hinata is one of the most beautiful, kindest, strongest, lively woman I have ever met. We've known each other way before you became Hokage and basically abandoned your family. I saw this light in her turn off as the days go on and you don't come home or talk to her. The time I started having feelings for her, she was crying. She had faked a smile to everybody in the streets that passed her and then came up to my shop. I saw through that smile, you know? And when I asked what's wrong, she broke down. Oh, wow, I remember that day pretty well. It was the first time Naruto didn't come home for 2 weeks in a row, and we haven't talked. I was just sick with worry and stressed with raising 2 adorable kids alone at home. Himawari had just done something absolutely amazing and asked for her father, who wasn't there. So does this answer your question? I think you're an absolute fucking fool, excuse my language, for not loving her the way she deserves. People stopped and watched. Their perfect Hokage gets scolded in the middle of the street by a vendor who's in love with his wife. In love with his wife? Wait, hold up here. Tadashi actually does. I know. Naruto finally spoke up. His head no longer held high like before. Now his shoulders even slouched, and I don't know from what. You know? Tadashi wasn't ready for that answer. He was probably expecting Naruto to dent or do something about being called out. I know I'm a fucking fool. You're right. I honestly never deserved a woman like Hinata. I mean, look at her and look at me. I was once a complete screw-up that didn't deserve anybody's love. The amount of blood in my hands was enough for me to live up to a demon's reputation. There was a small crowd forming, now composed of almost anyone you can think of. From vendors to shinobis, fangirls to visitors, everyone. Even that one girl that carried Naruto home was nearby. Her eyes watched the blonde Hokage snicker to himself with confusion. And Hinata, Kami, that woman is going to be the death of me. I mean, you're right. She's downright beautiful, inside and out. She wouldn't let me kill a single spider in our house because she values its life. Someone like her looked at me and found so much to love. A woman like her came to love a monster like me. Just one smile from her can make a demon feel like an angel. Like I actually deserve her heart, her mind and body. I don't kid. I know I don't. You do. I've done stupid things to make her feel that way. So no, I'm not mad that she went and smiled for another man. My insecurity thought she actually did leave me. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Tadashi's eyes widened. And no, of course we dash. You're right again. She wouldn't. It's hard for me to believe, but she really does love me. I just hurt her for not keeping my promise about making her feel like a queen when she's the only thing on my mind driving me forward to becoming the greatest Hokage this village has ever had. She doesn't know because I don't tell her or show her like I should. But that's about to change. Naruto's head shot up, and he took a step closer to Tadashi. Hinata is still my wife, the mother of my children, and the love of my life. I'm never gonna let her go, and I will work 110 times harder to make her happier now. So thank you for loving her, but I'm sorry, kid. Naruto flicked his forehead. She's my everything, believe it. If I didn't love the man before, I sure as hell love him now. He was called out in the crowd and put in his place, yet he handled it. What's more, he basically confessed his feelings for me. Sure, he could have handled it better, but I think this way is just as perfect. Naruto made sure whatever distance he accidentally put between us was gone. He was indeed still the living goofball I fell for when we were younger. The same man I agreed to marry, and the same man I wanted to father my children. Strong arms engulfed me, bringing me to my feet suddenly. I didn't need to look to know who exactly it was. I love you, Hinata. Will you forgive me? Naruto murmured into my ear. In that moment, the village didn't exist anymore. There weren't 1,000 eyes watching me, awaiting my answer. There was just me, and the man that changed my life forever. I love you too. I closed my eyes, falling into his embrace. And yes, you are forgiven. Cheers erupted through the watching peers. Even Tadashi was clapping with a satisfied smile. I nodded my thanks at him. He really was the kick in Naruto's ass to get his act together. Kisses started filling up my face as my husband began attacking me with his lips. I giggled like a teenager, trying to wiggle out of his grasp, but frankly, I enjoyed it. I love Naruto. He loves me. No distance between us is ever going to chase me nor him away from each other. Our paths never stray further than a couple inches. We always find a way to let ourselves gravitate back into the other's embrace. Because at the end of the day, the unbreakable warm bond between our minds, the shared blood coursing through the veins of our children, and the burning love and passion for the other is the glue that mold us together. I turned around in his arms, holding his warm face in my hands, his cerulean eyes blaring down into mine, drenched in his deep feelings for me. These are the eyes I know I will see every single day until we leave this earth. The way they look at me now, they will never waver. Naruto Uzumaki, you are a fool. I smiled at him. Don't ever think I'll leave you again. He chuckled lightly, leaning into my hand. You make me into a fool, believe it. And I know you won't believe it when I say this. I am a fool, too. Naruto blinked. What? What? Because I thought you stopped wanting and needing me in your life. His grip around my waist tightened. Yeah, you really are. He leaned down, his breath interlocking with mine as if tasting the air to see if kissing me would be acceptable. Normally, no, since the entire village is still watching us. But I'll make an exception this time. I took the initiative and took his lips in mine. Once again, there was no crowd hollering behind us. It was only us, two fools, that found their way back to each other again.